Hey there, my friend, welcome. This is Dr. Anthony Balduzzi, founder of the Fit Mother Project and the Fit Father Project. My team and I are the health and fitness experts for busy moms and dads who want to lose weight, build muscle, and most importantly, get healthy for both themselves and their families. And I'm super excited for today's video where we're going to cover meal planning for busy families, which is a super important topic if you're out there and you know you're just super busy with work and life responsibilities and you want to get your family eating healthier and you know that planning is key, but you haven't been able to find something that actually sticks. And specifically in today's video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover the best foods. We're gonna be here in the kitchen covering the best proteins, carbs, veggies, healthy fats, and we're gonna show you how to actually do some simple meal preparation so that your entire family can have healthy, nutritious meals that you can prepare in minutes and it'll keep you healthy all week. Specifically, we're gonna cover two key strategies. One is called building perfect plates, which is the simplest way to actually build meals that are gonna work for your family, that are healthy and they're absolutely gonna love. And we're also gonna pick your go-to foods in each of these categories. I know you're gonna learn a ton and you actually have a simple plan you can stick to and that fits in your schedule. So get out your pen and paper, take some notes, and let's dive on in. To start talking about meal prep, I want you to start thinking about your meal prepping in terms of food in four major categories. The first ones are your proteins, and they're over here, and we're gonna go through these foods specifically. These are the kinds of foods like your chicken, your fish, your steak, your eggs, your vegetarian sources like tofu and tempeh. You're gonna wanna include proteins in your meals because proteins are good for muscle repair if you're exercising, they can boost your metabolism, and they keep hunger at bay, which is absolutely essential for weight loss. And that's why research shows that higher protein diets tend to help with weight loss. We're gonna cover the proteins and how to prep those in a second. We're also gonna cover veggies. Veggies are extremely important. They give you fiber, which helps with your entire digestive system. Veggies are some of the richest sources of vitamins and minerals. So we're gonna cover those veggies in just a second as well. We have healthy carbs, and we're also gonna cover some healthy fats, which are both good for energy and a lot of other key metabolic functions in your body. Now, we have these four categories, but before we actually get into how to prep these four categories, I wanna give you a simple idea on what a weight loss meal should look like. So here at the Fit Father Project and Fit Mother Project, we have this concept that we call building a perfect plate. And this is what a perfect plate looks like. Basically, if your meals look something like this, they're gonna be good for weight loss. So a perfect plate is pretty simple. You're gonna fill half of your plate with some kind of veggie you love, a quarter of your plate with some kind of healthy protein you love, and a quarter of your plate with some kind of healthy carb or healthy fat that you love. So this is just a guideline because when we come to start to combine these different foods into your meals, if they look like this, that means they're roughly gonna be around 500-600 calories. You have around 3-4 of those a day, and you're roughly around a 1,500 to 2,000 calorie range. So without even doing the calorie math, you're gonna be on target to be losing some weight consistently every week. Now, the key when it comes to meal prep for weight loss is to find the healthy foods in each of these categories that you love. And I'm gonna show you some of my own personal preference foods here that I prepared for these meals. I'm gonna show you some perfect plates here and let's get straight into this. So to start the perfect plate, we're gonna go over here with the proteins. So I want you to think, what are some of your favorite protein containing foods? It might be some chicken breast, it might be some egg whites, it might be some wild salmon, could be protein powder if you're a vegan vegetarian, could be some tofu and some tempeh. So many different options, but I want you to think as we're going through this, what are your top 3 favorite protein sources? And when you figure those out, those are the foods we're gonna buy and prep in bulk. So for example, in preparing for this video, I have some pasture-raised chicken over here. And so basically what I did is I got these chicken breasts, bought them from the store, and I just seasoned them up, and we're gonna toss them in the oven for around 25 minutes on 375. So basically, let's say you bought around 2-3 pounds of chicken for the week. You can put it in the oven for 20 minutes with any good kind of seasoning. These spices are also very good for you. And then you have pretty much a whole week's worth of healthy protein sources from the chicken. Also, other good sources are something like grass-fed bison that I did here. I just put that on the stove top with some spices in here, and this is basically what a perfect plate looks like with the grass-fed bison. We have half of this with some sauteed greens, grass-fed bison, some avocado, and a little bit of brown rice. Really simple. Other great sources of the protein are things like tofu and tempeh. Really easy. You buy this stuff. This is the fermented soy that's actually very good for you. You chop this up, you put it on the stove top. You can put some cumin, some salt, pepper, garlic, and it's already pretty much pre-cooked. So you just kind of heat it up on the stovetop and get it a little bit of some of that kind of grill texture to it, and then you prepare it and you put it in the fridge, and then you can pull these kind of sources throughout the week. Or if you don't want to do any cooking at all, we have some other simple things. Look, we have some canned wild salmon right here. This is pretty much pre-prepared protein, and if you buy this stuff in bulk, you have it. And wild salmon is one of the best fishes for when it comes to weight loss. It's lower in mercury, high in those omega-3s, absolutely amazing. And of course, Also, if you don't want to do any cooking, you can just get some organic sandwich meat. So I'm going to show you in a little bit, again, a perfect plate that was made with some turkey. So we just got some organic turkey and we slid it in here. So you didn't have to do any cooking in that aspect. The key thing here is not the specific foods that I happen to pick for this video. It's to figure out your go-to proteins. Top 3, what are they? Buy those foods, cook them in bulk. If it happens to be something like a chicken breast, again, you're gonna season it, you're gonna throw it in the oven, 375 for 20 minutes, then you have chicken throughout the week. And when you go to make these perfect plates, guess what? You're just gonna pull one of those chicken breasts, put it on the plate, and we're gonna combine it with the rest of these foods. Same thing, like this grass-fed bison right here. If this happens to be a food you like, you buy 1 to 2 pounds of this, you cook it on the stovetop for the week, and you have multiple meals that you can use this for. And of course, we have all the different food varieties that you don't even need to cook, like the canned wild salmon, like the organic turkey breast. So those are the go-to proteins. Think about yours. Lots of great options, and in the article associated with this video in the links in the description, we're gonna give you a full list of all the best foods. But think about your go-to proteins. That makes up 1/4 of that perfect plate. Now let's get on to veggies. Veggies, I said, absolutely essential, especially for weight loss. We know that a big part of your weight loss benefit happens through your digestive tract, and how healthy your digestive tract is a big determinant of your weight loss, because our entire digestive tract is coated by these probiotics, these good gut bacteria, and they are essential for controlling our hunger, improving our immune system, and helping us lose weight. And these probiotics, they thrive off of fiber from plants. And that's why every perfect plate, half of that plate is some kind of veggie you love. So some good examples of veggies that you might like. And we want to pick your top 3 go-to veggies. So things that I have here, I have some cauliflowered rice. Really absolutely amazing. It's already pre-cooked. Again, we could just cook this on the stovetop with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil with some salt, pepper. I have broccoli, asparagus. I have good old salad mix. So you're gonna see with some of these perfect plates here, like this chicken with the sweet potatoes with the salad mix, I just grabbed a lump of organic spring mix and threw that on the plate. That is gonna hit your fiber targets. So what are your favorite green veggies? Things like Brussels sprouts, asparagus, broccoli, spring mix, kale, chard, whatever those are for you, find your favorite ones and let's prep them in bulk. My favorites are something like broccoli, right? We talked about how you might be throwing chicken in the oven. Well, guess what? You can put some parchment paper down, you can throw the broccoli on there with a little salt, pepper, coconut oil, and you can also bake some broccoli. Great fiber. So again, when we're building these perfect plates, I want you to start thinking about how easy this can be if you had pre-prepared broccoli that you do enjoy with a little bit of garlic, salt, pepper. You grab that chicken breast, you grab the broccoli, you're already pretty much halfway through building a perfect plate. So what are your go-to veggies that you absolutely love? So many different varieties. We prefer that you get organic produce, but there's also a list, if money's a little tighter, of looking at the Dirty Dozen and Clean 15. And the Clean 15 are the vegetables and fruits that you do not necessarily have to buy organic. They're lower on pesticides. But the Dirty Dozen are the ones that are sprayed the most with pesticides. I do recommend you avoid those unless they're bought organically. Why? Because those pesticides disrupt the gut microbiome. They disrupt those good probiotics and they can cause a lot of health problems. So we do want to avoid those. So again, I have other things like we got the cauliflower, we got some zucchinis here, absolutely amazing. And one other thing I would suggest, because this is specifically a video about meal prep for weight loss, is that you find a fermented vegetable source in your diet. Fermented vegetables are rich in those probiotics. So a lot of people take probiotic supplements, but one of the best ways to get your probiotics is something like this. This is kimchi. So this is going to be some cabbage with some spices. It's super rich in probiotics. You may have heard of people talking about sauerkraut and health benefits of that. This is why I think kimchi or sauerkraut is another great staple to keep in your diet. So I almost put it as like a little bonus in this vegetable section. We want to find your main go-to veggies, but we also want to have a fermented source. And you know what the absolute most simple way to do this when you're building perfect plates is just to buy a big tub of organic salad mix. When in doubt, you don't have to do any cooking. You just grab the salad, you toss it on the plate, you put some healthy dressing on it, and bam, you get your fiber, you get your vitamins, your minerals. No cooking required, but of course you could get as fancy as you want with this stuff. So that's the veggies. It's obviously going to make up half of that perfect plate. Absolutely essential. Again, I want to revisit these, right? Chicken breast, salad, and we're going to get to some of the carbs here in just a second. Same thing here. I was making this very simple. The ground bison, the salad mix, the brown rice, a little bit of avocado. So this really doesn't have to be that complicated. That's the veggie side. Now, let's get back to the carbs. Now, carbs are a very charged topic when it comes to weight loss. Right now, there's a big low-carb ketogenic diet fad that's going around. And yes, there are a lot of benefits to going lower carb, but it does not mean you need to cut out carbs completely. There are certain kind of carbs that are absolutely phenomenal for you. So things like I have here, like these organic blackberries. proteins. Amazing. All the vitamins, nutrients, phytochemicals, they're absolutely amazing. You do want to get carbs like that in your body. So when it comes to carbs, it just matters about having the right kind in the right portion. And that's why looking at this perfect plate concept, only a quarter of that plate is carbs, and we're gonna talk about the right kinds of carbs. So what are your favorite healthy carbs? Some examples for me, some sprouted brown rice. I absolutely love this. It's really great. It's good and healthy in the right kind of portions, and it pairs well with so many things. Rice is great with chicken. And again, the serving size probably for you is somewhere around 3/4 of a cup. So if you take your hand just like this, that's roughly gonna be like 3/4 to 1 cup, and that's roughly around 40 to 50 grams of carbs per se in that. And I would save that for your dinner meal. So that'd be an example of a perfect plate for dinner. Might be something like this, right? That ground spice bison with around 3/4 cup of the rice with some greens and avocado. Totally perfect for weight loss. You don't have to avoid the carbs completely. That being said, if you are going on a specific ketogenic low carb, you can just get rid of the carbs from this perfect plate, increase the veggies, increase the healthy fats. That totally works too. It's really about the preferences. And I just need you to know, if you've ever believed that you had to cut the carbs out, you do not need to cut them out completely. You just do need clean sources. And you absolutely do want to cut out all the processed sugars, a lot of these baked goods, and a lot of that crap. But here are some good carb sources. So things like oatmeal. Very easy, gluten-free. A lot of people who have intolerance to some kind of wheat do great on oatmeal. That's a great one. Obviously, we talked about the rice and the quinoa. Both are really good, simple grains and seeds. And guess what? We're going to talk about a rice cooker here in just a second, how you can make these things. So remember, that chicken is in the oven. And while that's going, we're going to fill the rice cooker up with a little bit of water, throw that rice in there, and you can cook up to, a week's worth of rice in there and just store it in the fridge. Super easy. I bet you'll enjoy some pasta once in a while. Well, if you get the right kinds of brands, like here, this is a pasta that's made from quinoa, and it's totally gluten-free. It's called Andean Dream. Love this brand. You can have pasta on occasion. It just comes down to the right portions. We have things like some Ezekiel bread. Like I said, we literally have 20,000 men and women using our weight loss program, Fit Father 30X and Fit Mother 30X, and a lot of them eat sandwiches every single day. And Ezekiel bread is a really good sprouted, low processed bread. So if you find that you feel okay eating wheat and it doesn't bother your system or make you feel inflamed and stuff like that, then a perfect plate can look something like this, right? This Ezekiel bread, around 15 grams of carbs each slice. So this sandwich has 30 grams of carbs. And again, we loaded it with turkey, avocado, we got greens on the side. This is a perfect plate for lunch. And so it doesn't have to be really complicated when it comes to some of this stuff. And also, don't be afraid to have the right kinds of organic fruits. Berries are absolutely amazing. Again, you just don't want to go overboard. And my favorite kinds of fruits, organic kiwis, organic berries. I happen to have blackberries because they're in season, but blueberries also phenomenal. And another good carb that I love is sweet potatoes. So I actually included these here. So again, these guys, super simple. You put them in the oven while the chicken's going on 375. These are going to need to be in there at least twice as long as the chicken. So chicken 375 for like 25 minutes. These guys will probably need 50 minutes. Just put them on the same, you can even put on the same plate, stab them a couple times to make sure the heat can escape. And look, very simple, perfect plate style meal. So what are your go-to carbs you absolutely love? Is it the rice, the quinoa, the sweet potatoes, the fruit? But really, I actually would love for you to write down your 3 favorites, because you're gonna buy those in bulk, you're gonna shop for those in bulk and prep them in bulk. And one of the easiest ways, in my opinion, if you do like rice, get a good old rice cooker. It's an amazing investment. You can get them, I'm sure we'll link some below. They're like $50 to $100 for a decent one. You can buy a really nice one on Amazon too, and it's something that will serve you and your family for years. So again, back to this perfect plate concept, here's the graphic again, right? We have half veggies, quarter protein, quarter carbs, and I also do recommend you include some healthy fats into your meals. So the ground bison naturally has some healthy fat, but we did add a little bit of avocado, an amazing healthy fat source. So over here, I wanna show you some of my favorite healthy fats, avocados. Nutrition powerhouse, great healthy fats, some nice fiber, vitamins, minerals, some MCT oil, which is a special kind of oil that your body actually preferentially uses for energy, and it can support weight loss. We're seeing all these people talking about the benefits of coconut oil. Well, coconut oil is roughly around 60% or so of MCTs. So this is a really good oil. And I would also say some nuts and seeds are great for a snack in the afternoon. So get some high quality nuts. This can be an afternoon snack. So we've talked about the perfect plates, we talked about this stuff. Now let's get a little more into the nitty gritty. Again, you're gonna bake or grill some of your proteins. You're gonna do the same thing with your veggies. Your healthy carbs can be cooked in that rice cooker, or some of them don't need to be cooked at all when it comes down to some things like the berries or maybe even like the oatmeal. And then when it comes down to sauces, what are you gonna throw on these things? Well, I like low-calorie sauces. A lot of people get in trouble with throwing a lot of sugary sauces on there. So any of the hot sauces, the Cholula, the Sriracha, Tabasco, amazing for weight loss. Any kind of mustard, amazing for weight loss. Not to say you can't necessarily have ketchup once in a while, but it is definitely a higher sugar sauce. So that's why I like to make sure that your sauces are lower in sugar. Watch out for sugary sauces. But basically, at this point, when you understand that you're gonna be prepping your 3 go-to carbs in bulk, prepping your veggies in bulk, prepping your proteins in bulk, those things are sitting in the fridge. So when it comes time for your meals, you're gonna pull the veggies, fill half of a plate with that. Pull a protein, pull a carb, you have a perfect plate. Now, we have extensive videos on both our Fit Father and Fit Mother Project YouTube channels on meal timing. Generally speaking, there are 2 setups, without me going too deep into this, that I recommend when it comes to weight loss and how you're actually gonna implement this stuff into a meal timing routine. The first one would be intermittent fasting, where you basically don't eat and just drink water, coffee, green tea, non-caloric stuff up until, let's say, around 11 or noon. And at which point you'd have a perfect plate of some sort. Then you'd have a snack right around 3, great time to have nuts or a little bit of fruit. And then dinner, you'd have another perfect plate. So it'd be like a perfect plate at like 11 noon, smaller snack at 3, dinner at like 6 or 7 with another perfect plate. That's one setup. Or if you are someone who enjoys breakfast, you'll have a perfect plate for breakfast around 8. You'll have a perfect plate for lunch around noon, small snack around 3, and dinner around 7 or 8. And I want to talk about breakfast a little bit because it's the one area where I recommend that you modify the perfect plate just a little bit to keep it slightly lower carb. It's good from a weight loss perspective to keep the carbs a little bit lower in the morning. In the morning, our bodies are naturally high in some of these fat-burning hormones, and so actually keeping the carbs low is beneficial. So I showed you 2 simple perfect plates that didn't necessarily get pre-prepped, but 2 sunny-side-up eggs, a little bit of sauteed spinach. You know, an egg white omelet, a little bit of goat cheese, has some berries. Yes, that's carbs, not a big deal as long as the portion's right, with a little bit of avocado. Or of course you could make protein shakes and smoothies like so many of our program members do. I hope this video helped you. The key points are this: you need to find your go-to foods in these 4 categories: proteins, veggies, healthy carbs, healthy fats. You need to buy these things in bulk and prep them in bulk. Your oven's your best friend. Your rice cooker's your best friend. And even if you are, let's just say, super lazy, you don't want to do any cooking, then things like the Ezekiel bread that does not need to be cooked, things like the wild canned salmon that does not need to be cooked, the wild turkey, all these things are super easy. You don't need to really do too much prep on that front. But I hope you found this valuable. We're just getting started. This is a tip of the iceberg, and I want this to start getting your gears spinning about how to conceptually think about meal prepping for weight loss. But I actually want to help you go one step further and give you an actual meal plan. So on the Fit Father and Fit Mother Project websites, we have a full free weight loss meal plan. It's linked below in the description. For guys, we have our free 1-day weight loss meal plan. We're going to show you exact recipes for breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner. You can download that. We'll send it straight to your email, and my team and I will give you more amazing training just like this. But we're going to get even more specific on exact foods, grocery shopping lists, etc. We have the same thing for Fit Moms. We have our Fit Mom Jumpstart that actually gives you our meal plan and our workout. That's also linked below, so we'll get more specific on this stuff. And I hope you found this valuable. Again, this stuff is about habits. It's about how do we make meal prepping consistent into your life. Pick your day. Is it Saturday or Sunday? If you do it once per week and you dedicate 2 hours, you shop and you meal prep, you're gonna remove an entire week's worth of decision making and willpower battles. You're gonna prepare ahead of time, you're gonna pave the path to success, and that's what's gonna enable you not just to get the weight off, but actually keep it off long term using foods that you actually love. So this is why this concept is so powerful of the perfect plates and your go-to foods. Hope you found this valuable, my friend. If you did like this and you found something useful, give us a thumbs up and drop us a comment below. We'd love to talk to you about some of your favorite go-to foods. We're here to answer your questions as well. Our communities here on YouTube for the Fit Father Project and the Fit Mother Project are growing like wildfire. And we're so grateful you're here and you found this video. So if you like this, thumbs up, comment, and subscribe to our channels. We literally have hundreds of videos just like this on meal prep for weight loss, on best exercise tutorials, how to get and stay motivated on your weight loss journey. We have free workouts. All of that's around the channel, so we'd love to hang out to hang out with us here on our channels. So hit subscribe, give us a thumbs up, drop a comment below. And again, those free meal plans and free workouts are linked below in the description. So thank you for being here, my friend. I hope you found this valuable. I'll see you around the channel, and I'll talk to you very soon.